Hello, beautiful people. Most welcome to the page here on GBC News. So this is where we do chit chatting. This is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. Really tell us what is up their sleeves. And today, the chapter is on tennis. Something good is about to happen. And tennis lovers, just cross your fingers because all the information you need to know about this very, very special tournament. And even before the tournament starts, it's sounding good in the ears. And so I just cannot wait to be at the Accra Long Tennis Club. And so if you are a member of that club or you love tennis, then in the coming days, you have to make sure that you reserve enough time and be at the Accra Long Tennis Club, where something good is going to happen. There is going to be a tennis championship known as the Rainbow Nations Tennis Tourney, and I've been joined by two able gentlemen. They will tell us everything we need to know about this particular event and why you out there, if you don't even want to play, why you should come around and come and cheer those who play on. It's about building bridges. It's about networking and socializing. And so let me start off. And being the first time, as we do traditionally here, if it's a first timer, we are here. We will allow you to introduce yourself so that you can break that tension down, and then we can start going. So to my immediate left, I have this gentleman. Currently, he's in a spectacle, and he likes to smile a lot. So I'll give him that mandate to tell us his name and what he has been doing. So most welcome to GBC News.
Thank you very much, Theo. It's a pleasure being here. My name is John Maddison. I'm a member of the Executive Committee for the South African Business Chamber. And yes, we've been working around the clock to make this tournament work, and we're very excited ourselves.
So you see that he's wearing a smile now. So again, his name is John Maddison, and he's part of the members that are driving this whole tournament that will be coming up, the South African whatever. We'll talk about that one, enter into it. Then next to him, should I mention you? No. You do it yourself. Tell us. Welcome and tell us.
Thank you very much, Theo. My name's Grant Webber, and I'm president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. And we're very proud to say that we've conceptualized this tournament ourselves. We think it's the first of its kind, and we hope that this is the beginning of an exciting journey for the international business community in Ghana.
And so, ladies and gentlemen out there, fellow viewers, we're talking about the Rainbow Nations Tennis Tournament coming up, first of its kind, and we are hearing it here first because this is the platform that matters. Let me say a hi to the Minister for Youth and Sport, Mr. Mustafa Yusuf, his deputy, Mr. Evans Opoku Bobi, NSA boss, Professor Peter Chumisi, and the GOC president, Mr. Benin Mensah, NPC president. All of you guys do the watching and as well as do the listening. So Mr. Samson Dean, you also happen to be the president of the Africa Paralympic Committee, APC. First time a Ghanaian is occupying that position. Salute to you all guys here. So this tournament is a must that you have to be there. So let me start off with Grant. Grant, tell us why tennis? Why are you guys doing this particular event?
Well, it starts with a broader concept of sport. So our High Commissioner in Ghana, Grace Mason, was sitting with me at the African Hockey Tournament, which was hosted at the National Stadium just a few months ago. And she said, this is wonderful. We were watching the South African ladies team playing Ghana in the final. A lovely match, it was well attended, and she said, you know, Grant, I would like the business chamber to use sport as a vehicle for many of our outreach programs, and certainly we were not required to be convinced of that. And she said, I've got this tennis court at my residence, which is hardly used. See what you can do. So John, myself, and our executive committee, very hard-working team, conceptualized two tournaments actually. So we're here to talk about the Rainbow Nations, of course, but we had a precursor to this, which was just for the South African community first.
Oh, okay.
And that was the Grace Mason tournament. So we had 8 South Africans who work and live in Ghana, and it was about 3 weeks ago. And we had two pools, and then the finals were played, and our champions were crowned. But more important than that, we were taught how to play tennis by 2 of the Ghana under 14 girls, the number 1 and the number 2, Ooh. Tracy and Sisu. They played an exhibition and they showed us how proper tennis should be played. But ultimately, the reason we had the 2 girls there was the main reason for this is for our communities, not just South Africa, but we hope to embrace the international business community to use tennis and sport to do good work in communities. So in terms of our CSR program, we want to focus on girls, so for gender equality, and we want to use sport and put together a fund where we would look at using tennis scholarships to help with education. And not exclusively girls, but I think predominantly girls. And I think tennis seems to be that sport that we will start with. We hope, if we're successful, to broaden it to other sports, but let's start with something and make it work. So it's really because of our High Commissioner, her leadership, her energy and vision, that John and our committee came up with these ideas. We've had, I'm sure John will expand on it in terms of the wonderful uptake from the international community, but I think really all the kudos goes to Grace Mason, our High Commissioner.
Her Excellency Grace Mason, we salute you. I know you're doing the watching. Thank you very much, and continue using sports as a tool to really bring change to society. So I'm coming to you, John. What really are we to expect on the day? First, tell us what date have you set? How many days? Is it a one-day event? Is it going to be a week-long event? Walk us through, and who really qualifies to participate?
Certainly, Theo. Well, basically, the dates are set for May. It's from the 10th to the 12th of May, and it obviously will be at the stadium. Basically, we are looking for participants from various nations and countries. We aimed initially to achieve 16 nations to participate as an entry target. We're very pleased to say that we've already surpassed that, and we're actually hoping that we'll have more nations and countries participating, yes. So we're looking at ladies and gentlemen participating, and I have to be honest, we have a few ladies, but I would like to use the opportunity to ask more ladies to participate. We would like to have more ladies participating in this particular championship. I think we need to be more inclusive. And it's not only sportsmen, like Grant mentioned earlier. We're also looking at business, networking opportunities, people from the chamber, from the missions. We have a few of the high commissioners and ambassadors participating, which we're very blessed. But I think the main thing is that we would like to have more participation. It's about the friendship, it's about the camaraderie, and the new relationships that we'll be building during this event. The event will consist of 3 days, like I mentioned a bit earlier. The first 2 days will be where we obviously participate, and where we've got 2 groups competing, and then the champions will then move through to the 3rd day, where we will have the final. On that day, obviously, there's a lot of excitement, and we're very excited to see how many and which countries will obviously be the champions at the end of the day. But I think the most important part of it, besides the champions and whoever might prevail in this championship, is that the event following that. I think that is where we're going to see a lot of networking. We have a social event where we have opportunity where people can meet, socialize, network, and then also at the same time we'll have some refreshments for everybody to enjoy. And I think that is where we're going to be able to, build new relationships, make new friends, and yes, besides the business and friendship aspect, also contribute and add more value to the sports arena here in Ghana.
Okay, so let me come back to you, Grant. With all the beautiful things that you've said, I just want to know, it's the first time. Is there a plan that it will become an annual thing, or if you start with tennis, the next time we see you, you're going to do golf, or you're going to do a swimming championship, or you're going to do a football. There are so many sporting events, but I just want to know, is the tennis going to be a one-off thing, or is going to be an annual thing that every season you guys decide we play tennis?
I think the key word is it must be sustainable. So certainly it's the first, but it's the beginning of a journey. We want to find sports which are the right vehicle for social inclusion. It's no use targeting the elite, because that would defeat the object of our activity. So we would look at sports that would allow us to do the greatest work in the communities that we want to work in. So when it comes to the corporate citizenship and doing things right, you know, focused on the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, there's specific key performance indicators that would guide what we do. Yes, the sport is fun, but there's a serious underpin to it. So I'm almost sure it will be more than tennis, but even if it is only tennis, that isn't so important. It's what we do with the fund, and how do we invest in the future of our young people who could do with a scholarship for their education and ultimately their freedom. I think we focus on education because that is real empowerment, and predominantly girls. So I think it must be sustainable. It's aimed at achieving the SDG goals, and the focus on good corporate citizenship.
In this part of the world, and me being one of the guys that like following the tennis a lot, there's this new interest in developing wheelchair tennis. Our brothers and our sisters want to still be active. Some of them don't feel excited being left on their own, being seen as social misfits, and so they always want to do something. So there are a lot of them that play wheelchair tennis. With this initiative coming up, this rainbow, are we going to see, let's say, an exhibition match even before the final, that you see our young ones or those who are in the wheelchair being given the opportunity to also display the stuff they made of for the community to really see? Is there going to be room for that?
Yeah, not only is there room for that, in fact, that has to be a showcase, quite frankly. So, look, we're very lucky that we're guided by the Ghana Tennis Federation. There's very strong leadership and clarity there. And then at the Accra Lawn Tennis Club itself. So, the good news is we've got leadership to guide us. And the exhibitions themselves, for me, are almost the showcase of the event. Yes, we want, you know, the two nations that participate in the final, there's a bit of competition around that, but that's less important. So the showcase is really about the local Ghanaians who will show us how to do it. And disabled is certainly not a reason for exclusion. I think everything we're trying to achieve through the Rainbow Nations is about inclusivity. Theo, what we are also proud of is this is an African-led initiative. It comes from South Africa. The antecedents of the name, the Rainbow Nations, comes from South Africa, where in our very brutal recent past of apartheid and the inclusivity post-apartheid, it was about building a rainbow nation. So we've played on the words and the inclusivity that comes with the philosophy of Rainbow Nations, and we've made it for the international business community here, but equally for the eventual recipients of our funds, inclusive.
Great. So John, at the end of the day, what do you tell individuals out there, members with in corporate Ghana and the diaspora? We see them all over, and now also your chamber members, about this particular event coming up next month. What do you tell them?
Well, I think firstly we would love to allow us to invite them and them to join the festivities and the excitement around the event. And we want to call on those that do play tennis. I also want to say, I think that we're not all professionals, we're all social tennis players. So anybody that feels threatened shouldn't feel threatened. Many of us actually that's currently playing haven't played for many years, and we've only taken it up recently. But it's in the spirit of the event, I think that's important. And on that basis, I would like to invite anybody from the diaspora, corporate, to come and support the event. Support the event in many ways. One is obviously to participate. One is to come and view the tournament. But they're more than welcome to reach out to us if there's any other contributions they can make towards our cause. And like Ron said, you know, this is not about the tournament. It's what the tournament can do for Ghana and the young people of Ghana. And sports is only a vehicle to equip and enable people to be better in life, to become the best they can be. And tennis is only one of those vehicles that we're looking at using. You also asked earlier about would this be the only event? For the moment, this is the only event. You know, it will be annual event. It will become annual calendar event for us as a chamber. But also, we're also looking at a later stage, based on the success and the results of this event and the participation, we might look at growing it further afield in other areas of sport, not only tennis.
Okay, great. And so, viewers, you heard it from Grant and John. I want you to also get involved, be part of this particular event. Tell somebody to tell somebody. If you don't even know how to play, just come around. The social, the networking aspect is the key thing for me, so that at least you know the good things that they are doing. At the end of the day, the real mission is to help the Ghanaian youth out there. If somebody could get scholarship for playing tennis, it is good. They go back and come and develop our economies. We are checking out from the studio. Our time is up. 30 seconds for you to just tell Ghanaians why everybody should be there, and also you. So let me start from you as the president. Grant, what do you tell them? We are leaving. We are checking out from the studio. It has come to stay.
We want to use tennis to provide a platform and a foundation for education for the youth in Ghana. And this is your opportunity, and it's our opportunity as a business community to contribute.
Thank you. And John?
Well, I want to invite the business community, corporate, any sports enthusiasts
should
come and join us, support the event. And by supporting the event, you'll be supporting our cause. And it's open to everybody. Yeah, and like I said, you know, it's the motivation is broader than just playing tennis and just competing. I think that's the most important part.
And I know that our general captain, Asamoah, he loves tennis. He will by all means be there because he's watching us. Baby Jet, I salute you as you prepare even to launch your book. I salute you, and I know that at the end you'll be there to really grace this occasion and come and show them, aside football, what you did in South Africa for the World Cup, what you can do again when it comes to the tennis court. Let's do this. And thank you very much, gentlemen, for your time. It's a pleasure, and I'm humbled to have you. Thank you very much for doing the watching. That's all for the page. The page returns same time tomorrow. Bye for now.